Hello everyone, my name's Brian, and in today's episode of Aetherfall's main story, we conclude the second act, finally unveiling the secrets the entire game has been leading up to. Going deeper into the jungle is a big challenge, one that will test you on the skills you've developed thus far in the game. Reaching the facility will be a very time-consuming and dangerous task, as high-level beasts such as giant praying mantis and flaming tigers roam around the building. Once inside, you'll be able to explore a plethora of pre-war information that can't be found anywhere else in the game. However, this building won't be a cakewalk, as powerful robots named Constructs, as well as a monster named an Unguis, lurk within the large rooms and corridors. After a bit of exploring, you'll discover this facility used to be a large construct factory that functioned right up until the Aetherian War. You'll eventually wind up in a large control room with several computers and a screen. Turning them on will activate all the machinery in the factory, the components humming to life as they begin building new robots. Using the computer, you'll notice there's an option to log onto a program called the Omen. Traveling with a companion, they'll warn against clicking on this program, as simply turning on the computers has seemed to cause a lot of problems within the facility. Whether you choose to activate the program or not, the screen will turn itself on, revealing a robot unlike anything you've seen before in Aldera. This figure is instantly recognizable, as a quick flashback will play to your first moments of memory. The large silhouette at the beginning of the game turning out to be this very robot. It will formally introduce itself as the Omen, with a voice that straddles a line between human and robotic. The Omen will greet you and either Rex, Yoni, or Aurora as its children. The intimidating machine will praise you for your help to the cause. Asking what they mean by the cause gets the answer of, "I'll get to that." After this, the machine will look at you, almost with pity, noting your confusion before relenting that you deserve to know everything that has led to this moment. Attempting to leave the room proves futile, as the doors are locked. However, unbeknownst to the player at the time, is that the glass windows can be broken to escape. The Omen, as it's called, is essentially a supercomputer built before the war. It was developed to help analyze millions of different factors to determine the outcome of any potential conflict between Zeteria and Zuzia, two superpowers in the heating Cold War. However, once online, the Omen quickly and quietly turned on its Aetherian creators. Knowing an open conflict would lead to the machine being overthrown and overwhelmed, the Omen worked in secret, first building itself a body to escape the military base it was kept at, next recruiting other constructs to its cause. The Omen planned to rebel and take over Zeteria, before expanding to the rest of the world, calculating that humans would never coexist with the robots. The rebellion quickly grew in size, first capturing small strategic military points, before eventually entire cities fell to them. Zeterian's government did the unthinkable, looking to save itself at the expense of its people. Zeteria chose to fire upon its own country with the super weapons it had built for the war against Zuzia, rather than let the constructs take over. In the aftermath of the war, the history of this conflict changed to indicate that it was Zuzia that destroyed the country. Launching the super weapon wiped out many of the robots, and slowed down the advancing construct revolution, as the intense amount of magical radiation forced the Aether-powered machines to either hide away or shut down completely. However, it did not stop them, as hundreds of years after the war, the constructs are growing once more as the radiation decays. You can ask what any of this has to do with you, and why the Omen referred to you and your companion as its children. The Omen will say they remember the day that you were born, and that it wasn't too long ago. Asking for clarification, the Omen will say that you and the other unknowns were synthetically made by the constructs to gather information on Aldera before an invasion force will be sent, which is why the Hex has access to the unknown's vision and hearing. The Omen will say, "Do you think you were just born with the desire to explore every aspect of the island, and had incredible talent in combat to match? I built you for that specific purpose, and you, my child, were built to perfection. The Omen will once more applaud you for exploring so much, providing the constructs ample information before they arrive, and that this arrival will be very soon. The construct will say, "It is ironic, isn't it? Humans built robots to fight in their wars. Now we robots have built humans to fight in ours." It will mention moments within the game where you've done exceptionally well killing, including factions such as the Sultais or clearing out specific bandit camps. Sadness will come across the Omen's robotic face, as they'll mention that they were distraught to have to kill Luna due to her almost figuring out the situation before the constructs were ready, likening it to a mother having to mercy kill her own child, and empathizing with humans that must undergo such tough decisions. The Omen will now apologize that they had to kill you off and the rest of the unknowns, as you're all too dangerous as a potential enemy to be kept alive. However, the Omen, being the generous machine that they are, will provide you and your companion a few minutes of reflection before your death. With that, the video will cut out, and you and your companion can share a few final moments waiting for the hex to activate. Depending on which of the 3 unknown companions you are with, each will react differently. Aurora crying, Yoni panicking, and Rex choosing to kill himself rather than let the robots do it. You can comfort each of your companions or freak out yourself, as well as get them to come to terms with their fate, including stopping Rex from his suicide. After a bit of time, your companion will crumble to the floor like Luna, instantly dead. You, however, will still be alive. You'll be prompted to leave the facility, as the constructs within will move to eliminate you in a hectic chase. As you escape, you can choose to rig it to explode, which will help against the constructs in the coming invasion, or choose to leave it intact. Out of the factory, you'll be prompted to quickly return to Andertown to see if any other unknowns are still alive. As you race back home, it quickly becomes apparent you're too late to save the others, and Andertown is desolate. Connery and Theo will approach you solemnly and ask what happened when you were in the jungle and where your companion is. After explaining the impending doom of the situation to them, they'll relay that it makes sense why a Nomanian came to deliver a magical antidote, which Connery will hand to you. Connery explains that after working on the Hex, the Nomanian scientists figured out a cure that could have been given to the unknowns to remove it, though this antidote came too late to save the unknowns. Connery will also bring up that the Nomanian mentioned that your Hex appeared to be defective, which could explain why you weren't killed. You can use the antidote on yourself to free yourself of the spying. Asking Connery what comes next, he'll pause and sigh, and tell you, "It appears a war is coming, and we're woefully underprepared for it." So there it is, the big secret of the game finally revealed. The unknowns were built to be unwitting spies for a construct army, exploring the island, finding strengths and weaknesses so the robots wouldn't have to. Your Hex malfunctioned, saving your life, but now you and you alone must unite a disjointed Aldera into a fighting force capable of withstanding the coming construct onslaught. I know this part has a bit of a lore dump, as well as an unexpected twist. I believe that the best way for this twist to be done effectively is to hint at it throughout the first 2 acts, with different people questioning the true intentions of the Aetherian War, mention the danger posed by robots, and other little lines sprinkled here and there that may hint to a potential robot invasion. Per usual, leave a comment with any thoughts or questions, and subscribe to keep up with the channel as we move to the final act. This has been Brian, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.